Welcome to Let's Talk About Leadership, Service, and Sisterhood.
A podcast sponsored by California Rainbow.
Founded in 1922, Rainbow is a premier service organization for young girls ages 8 to 21. In California, we have approximately 60 assemblies.
These young leaders learn the importance of serving others and gain lifelong sisterhood. Learn more at go.carainbow.org.
Hi, welcome back to episode 4 of Let's Talk Leadership, Service, and Sisterhood. These are the girls from our California State PR team, and they're here to talk to you today about our communities, where to find places that need your help. Girls, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Ella, and I'm from Fidelity.
Hi, I'm Maddie, and I'm from Heart of the Valley.
Hi, I'm Brianna, and I'm from Oak Summit.
Hey, I'm Mariah. I'm from Woodland number 2.
So, girls, where do you find places that need our help within our communities?
Okay, so to start off, I live in a super small town. Like, it's very local, and there's always need for service, like always. So a way that I help with service is helping out at the library or at the city hall. My mom works for the city, so it's a lot easier to get access to those things. But sometimes I go to the library and just ask if they need help with anything, and I know the ladies there, so it's a lot easier. But I go to the library and they ask me to sort books or help them at the desk, and it's really awesome to just serve people. Like, I'm not getting paid on the clock, but it's still really cool to see people from the community come into the library and help out. It's really cool. Ella, do you do anything for service? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, so the girls in my assembly, we're pretty spread out throughout the county of where our assembly is. Yeah. And during COVID, it was very difficult to find places to actually go to do service. Mm-hmm. So our first OV theme was library, and our area hosted it. And so for our service project for that, and it still continues on now, we built little libraries in our communities throughout the entire county, and we still build them to this day. We just continue to collect books from people. And sometimes there was this teacher who needed some books. She was a first-year teacher, and she just needed some books. So we went and we had a ton of books for her first grade class, and they got all the books. That was really cool to do. Yeah. Maddie, do you do anything?
Yes. So, unlike you guys, I live in a bit of a bigger city. It's not huge, but it's bigger. And my stepdad works for the city. Well, coming back from COVID, my girls were a bit bummed because we hadn't done much service. And so we went to my stepdad and we're like, hey, what can we do? And so now we do any service project for the senior center down in my city that we can. We always get the email first. Brianna?
So for my girls, we kind of live separate, but we're close together. Our towns are close together. But we do a lot of community work in my town, for Love Oakdale's. We went to an old nursery house, and she had so many different plants, and we just cleaned it all up for her. I know during COVID it was kind of hard to do some stuff because we're all online. But we hosted this one thing. I forgot what it was called, but we raised $300 for it. And then we've done a Panda Express and some other things. And I know we're having so many more service projects coming up. We're having a dinner coming up and a whole bunch of Masonic servings. We've done a lot.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of things do you girls do that maybe haven't been as successful? And did you learn anything from them, or has everything been really successful?
Not too long ago, we did a service project again for the city that I live in. And it was a trail fest, and we were supposed to arrive, sign in, and go to our booth and help out. But when we got there, it seemed like all of our booths needed no help. So we kind of just stood along the trail and tried to hand out maps, but it didn't really turn out too well.
I know for us, our Panda Express, we didn't have that many people come in because, you showed the flyer, but where our closest Panda Express to our town is 30 minutes away from all of us. And so it was kind of hard for people that we know because they're, either farther away from us or farther away from, the restaurant. And
definitely, like you said, the communication. Like we did a Relay for Life where we were supposed to make bags, to put the candles in. And I was like the first one there, and then everyone showed up later, and I was already done with everything. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, some people do more than others, and it feels like, you should have 2 girls do something, and then have like 2 more girls come later, and definitely have that communication because, certain things, it's kind of hard to communicate. You need like everyone on board with something.
Yeah. So what have been some of your most successful events? Or your favorite events?
Okay, so more recently, my assembly did a pulled pork fundraiser, and the turnout was amazing, and my girls managed to get it done even with me not being there, and we raised a lot of money that goes back into service and doing things for others.
Yeah. And I participated in your service project. Like I bought a pulled pork sandwich, and they were so good, and it was so cool to think like they were so good. Oh my gosh, it was cool that like I knew that my money was going somewhere for a good cause, which was really cool. Yeah.
It's always really nice when they like work out super nicely and you get participation and it all works out really well. And I feel like it's really important when you're doing something like that, if you want it to be so successful, to like really like plan and figure everything out. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there's ideas that you have to do service projects for and they just never take off. Like they just sit in the group chat. Like they just, I'm like, oh, that would be such a good idea. And then it never actually happens. So how do you girls like make sure they actually like come off of the group chat and go into actual service projects?
So recently we had a meeting. It was supposed to be a regular meeting for us, but we had a meeting at my house, and I made sure all the girls were there, and if someone needed a ride, get a ride. And we all sat down at at the table, and we all had a pencil and paper, and we each came up with different service ideas. And I made sure in the group chat that each girl comes with a service idea before the meeting, or at least some type of work. And so we each wrote down what like different things we can do. And then when we were done planning, each girl had to sign up for something, and then an adult had to sign up for that. And so I know me and my friend Aubrey, we're doing a yeehaw dinner that's coming up. Yeah. Oh my God. And so we're gonna we have to come up with like different things, what's gonna happen at the dinner, and then we're doing these like care baskets. Like 2 girls are a part of care baskets. And I know it's easier to do something in person compared to online because of like, we try to do stuff over Zoom because everyone's so spread out and so far. And most people either have like bad internet and it's like scratchy and you can't hear them and they have to repeat. So it was easier for us to like pick a date, plan, come up with ideas, and it was like easier for us. So now we have like so many different fun ideas coming up, and we are so excited for them.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome to like plan ahead and make sure that everyone's on the same
Yeah,
page.
I made sure I'm like, come up with at least one idea. Even if you don't, just find something online. Like, yeah. I'm like, it could be a repeat of something we did. I don't care. Just come up with something.
And speaking of online, I know that we were not able to go in person and help with service. So did any of you guys do anything online to help with service? What did you guys do?
I know my assembly, we do a lot of like Facebook fundraisers. Like right now we're doing this one where it's like different like containers, different bowls, and whoever's in charge of it, she's making it so much fun because she's kind of making like, she posts a picture, and so like the picture could be like a bowl full of like oranges. And she's like, how many oranges are in the bowl? And if you guess it correctly or you guess it close, she's like, okay, you won. Like, you were the closest. You could get like this bowl like for free with like a purchase of something. And she makes it so much fun. And we've done like so many different fundraisers on Facebook and stuff.
That sounds like really fun and like really engaging for everyone because it makes people actually want to participate when they know that there's something that's like bigger and emotive. And then also, not just online, but we did like service project, I guess. When we were doing the libraries, we came across this lady who had a like happy like rock garden thing, and it was really cool to see all the messages on the rocks, and it was a little bit sad to read some of them because they were in memorial of people, and that's just always sad to look at. But then you saw these little kids coming over so excited to put their like happy rocks that they had painted down. It was supposed to be a ladybug, didn't look like one, but it's okay. It is all okay. They were so happy to just put it down, and then they took a rock, and it was just not even something that you do, but sometimes just watching people do acts of service that they don't even realize is just so internally rewarding.
Yes. No, I just love like being kind to people. I feel like that's the other thing. Like service is not just giving to people, it's just showing them a smile, or like that's also my favorite thing to do. I love smiling at people.
Even just like giving a compliment to someone.
Yeah.
Someone you don't know. Like the other day I went to Santa Cruz with my friend and I gave this girl a compliment because I thought her shirt was so cute. And she was so like happy about it. And I didn't even know her. I'm like, I love your shirt. It's so cute.
And I think in Rainbow we also focus a lot on assembly-based service when it's equally important to just go about your day and just do little acts of service throughout your day. Like something as simple as just walking around and smiling at people. Like you never know what someone's going through, and you can just smile at them and make their day so much better. So like if you're just walking around, because in your community, like there's people who are struggling and there's people that are really happy, but smiling at someone no matter what just makes their day so much better. So just go throughout your day thinking that you can make someone's day better by something so small.
And I feel like it's just personalized. Like I feel like doing the simple acts of kindness, it makes the person receiving the compliment feel like they're needed and wanted. And I feel like not a lot of people feel that way, especially right now.
Even if like in your own family, like my mom is going through a struggle right now, and it's sad to see her go through that. And so it's like I try to make her day as happy as I can. And she's like, no, and I'm like, I'm making you laugh. Like I'm determined. So
it's so cool of you to do that. I feel like
just feeling about yourself.
Yeah,
just deciding that you're going.
Exactly. Yeah. No, exactly. Just like trying to be kind and open when you're also having a hard day. It's so awesome. And
because kindness is so self-rewarding that if you're having a bad day, just think about what you would want someone to do to you. If you're having a bad day and you're walking with your head down the street and you look up and you see someone smile at you and say, you look pretty today, that can make your day 10 times better than it is. So just go out and give someone a compliment, and because you will be self-rewarded, and often that kindness comes back to you.
It's like that one saying, 10 words can change someone's life. So
You girls are amazing. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you at our next podcast.